Having a great day. I wanted to hop on here because I wanted to talk about something that I struggle with, and that is vulnerability. So, vulnerability basically is a quality or state of being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed either physically or emotionally. And one of the reasons why I struggle with vulnerability is it might be not the typical reason why people don't want to be vulnerable. For me, I don't want to burden people with things. So, if I'm talking to a friend or an acquaintance and they are super bubbly and positive and they're having a great day and they're telling me all these wonderful things, and then they say, "Hey, how's your day going?" And if I'm actually having a really bad day, I don't want to, how would I say this, burden them with something that's negative or could bring the conversation to being not so positive. So the reason why I want to talk about vulnerability is because vulnerability is tough, and sometimes it's a good thing. And what I mean by that is it's okay to tell others, people that you care about, your friends, your family, or whoever you feel safe and comfortable with, that you are dealing with things or struggling with things. Sometimes when we don't talk about what we are actually dealing with, it can be a hindrance to us. Bearing things down and just pretending that they don't bother us, or just always saying, "Hey, I'm okay." Sometimes just saying you're okay means you're really not. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to be afraid of being rejected or feeling that someone might look at you differently or think of you differently because you're dealing with something. We all have those times when we want to vent or rant to people. And usually after we do those things, when we vent and rant and ramble and complain or whatever you want to call it about the things that we're dealing with at that moment, normally after that, we feel better. And the reason why that is because when you speak and you communicate how you're feeling, whether it be negative or positive, it kind of like vocalizes it. It makes things real. So, if you're having a bad day and you're just like, and someone comes ask you, and typically we want to put our best foot forward, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it makes us put on this facade, and sometimes that also invalidates how we're actually feeling. So if someone comes up to you and you're really having a bad day, there's nothing wrong with you saying that you're having a bad day. It's okay to not be okay. And it's all right to say that. And you shouldn't feel any certain type of way because that's actually how you feel. So vulnerability may seem to be something that we look at as negative, but it's really not. When we are able to put our guard down and be real with people and be honest, just by doing that simple act, by feeling comfortable to say that to somebody, that, I'm struggling with this right now, and I just wanted to tell you so it makes us show that we're not perfect. And I know at sometimes we don't want to show our flaws. We don't want to show the things that we struggle with because we just want people not to see us in that manner. But when you allow yourself to be vulnerable like that to people that care about you or people that you care for or whatever it may be. In a way, being vulnerable to somebody allows a space for that person you are being comfortable with and being vulnerable with. It allows them the opportunity to be able to do that with you. I'm not saying go around and be telling everybody all the things that you're struggling with. Of course, be cautious and only talk about things that you feel led to talk about, sensitive topics, etc. Just talk about what you feel led to talk about. And I'm basically just saying that don't be afraid to be vulnerable to people. Because at the end of the day, showing your vulnerability, it's a good thing. I know it may make people feel uncomfortable, but it's in that uncomfortableness that can allow other people to open up too. And it can help with a lot of things. It could help you to de-stress. It can help with healing just by verbalizing things. It makes things real. It just makes it real. So my thought for you is, don't be so worried about what other people will think. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be not okay. And just remember that when you open up to people, it allows other people to feel comfortable and safe to do the same thing to you. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you later.